Morning guys, it's December 13th. Today is Tuesday, 6 a.m. in the morning or 5:50 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm recording the video for Monday, December 12th, which is yesterday. Okay, so we are officially trading March month contract starting that today, Monday 12 December 12th 2022. So NQES, Monday and Tuesday's price action is important. So Monday, which is today, we had a trend update. At the end of the day, it turned into trend update. So we know the buyers are active now. Okay. So Tuesday, which is CPI news, and that will decide whether the trend needs to go up or back to where it started. Monday's move. So that will give us some clue if price wants to move out of the last 3 to 4 days of balance, right? Monday's and Tuesday's price action. We will stay neutral going into the day, then pick up the day trading direction for our trading. We will do this kind of stuff for the next 2 days, which is Monday and Tuesday. Then I will write a story. You are already aware of the key levels from Discord. However, below Globex high, sellers could be active. So that means above Globex high, buyers are active, right? Overall, this is a running bigger statement that buyers are in control, right? And then here, see, above this, buyers are in more control, okay? And then these are the levels for Dow, right? Overall, very short-term buyers and ES are above 39.52 and NQ 560, 642. This is also a running statement from last couple of days. Dream number 685, 669, right? So now let's go here. So one thing, the bigger statement, right? That overall short-term buyers are in control. They never lose the control, basically, So, but day trading, we can do shorts and long based on the day's direction, right? But overall, we need to keep in mind that these buyers did not lose the control despite the last week being a red week. I also said in the Discord, right, that regardless whether it's a red week or green week, if buyers holds it above this area, they are in control. And that was intentional, on purpose red week. I think it was a pullback, but we'll see today what happens after CPI on Tuesday. So let's walk you through here, right? So we know this yellow line is very important. As long as price is below, day trading selling may come, right? So we can use this area to short. Once price goes above it and start holding it, there is no point shorting it. So but below, from this area we can short, right? But then we have to see overnight price action also, right? That overnight it was balancing. You can see it yesterday on Friday we had a down move end of the day, right, like this, and then it was holding in the lower area in the overnight, and then after holding it lower, it broke out, went to straight to 80 where we expect some sellers. So those sellers held the market right of the open here, right? So that's where the first short comes in, right? But then when it goes down here, right, so this 80s area was a short, but when the price goes down here, right, we have to see a weakness in the internals also, right? Because that's the only way it will go through it. Otherwise, people will buy it. And when price came down here to fill the gap, it was a minor bullish disconnect, right? And you can see it. AD was not liquidation kind. S&P AD is barely at zero line, right? So there is no weakness or strength in selling. Internals were not supporting, right? NQ same thing pretty much. It came down to yesterday's low, Friday's low, and there was not much selling going on in the internals, right? So definitely people will buy it, right? So then we have to take an exit here, right? That's the only choice we have left, right? And as long as 80 is holding, and if price again go higher, if we see divergence, something, then we can short it again second time. But then third time here we can't short it, just we have to wait for day's range, price to go out of the range, then we can trade, simple stuff. So of the open, 80 was a short, NQ 595, the same yellow line like ES, so we short here, right? And then we target the lower areas, right? So, and once we are out here, you can see because of bullish disconnect, price bounce, right? People bought it here, but I said in Discord, I'm not going to buy it here, because price is holding below 80, right? So it can, little bit go here and then come down, and then internals may catch up. So, but then when it went higher like this, there was a bearish divergence here. See that here? It was a bearish divergence, right? So that gives you a right to short, right? But then, you have to take a profit in the middle, right here, or manage it accordingly, because despite this, this buyers at one point, these buyers bought it, right? So they are there. So on the way down, they will consider as a pullback and they will buy it, and you can see it, momentum was holding it above zero at that time, still completely, right? So you have to take a profit here. Then it went higher again. So remember I said 80s you can short one or two times, but not the third time. So here we cannot short it, right? We cannot go long. Now the day is chop. So either we have to go wait for a price to go above it for a longs, or below it like this to short, right? NQ same thing, 595 you can short, 708 you can short one or two times, right? Or even three times NQ is fine, but not fourth time. And then you take profit at mid, VWAP, all this thing, right? So that's the story for NQ. So when here, finally ES broke out, right, at 11 o'clock, right here, right? So that's the sign that this bias, and you can see it is also now out of divergence, right? So that's the sign you wait for a pullback to this first hour high area, right? And then you can go long here, right? However, NQ was not above first hour high, right? So that's the divergence among indexes at that time. So at this pullback, you can buy a pullback in ES, but not in NQ, because, and then when ES went higher here again second time, you can see there was a mini divergence here, and slight divergence here also, not like much divergence, but slight, it was not strong enough, right? But momentum was holding it, so you can technically hold this trade, this long, but then NQ was not making new high, right? So based on that thing, you can bail out here. When you zoom in, you will see 2-3 candles chopping around here, you bail out. Okay? Now the question is, price was at 91, which is this area, rotational area from Friday, right? So, and it was a bold area too, right? So we have to now wait to see whether what happens to this area, whether price goes down. See at that time at 1246, hold on, so where did it, so here, look at this, 1242, right? So be careful you are trading, do not take breakout longs or anything. It is diverging. I would suggest taking a day off. Intraday line in sand, see, this is the important statement. Intraday line in sand for buyers in ES 86, NQ 696, 85. So here I am saying these are the line in sands in both the indexes for buyers, at 1242, right? So 1242 was right here, so in NQ it was right around here, right? So 690, 685, which is this area, right? That's a line in sand. And ES 86, which is this line, right? And that statement I put it at right here, correct? Then what happened? Then price went higher again, came down, 86, held it, right, around 115. Here also you can see it in Q. Before that, right after my comment, NQ jumped back to preferred sellers area, then come down where 690, 685, right? So here, if you are observing it during day trading time frame, right, you have to watch what happens here, right? And you can see there is a bounce, correct? Did AD went down significantly compared to this straight move down? See here, it did not, correct? So here also you can see it, these things. See, it was even diverging like this, See that? So there was no strength to the sell side. So but then I said taking a day off, right? But still, let's say if you are trading it, when you are observing these things, this gives you a clue. This thing is holding, right, like this, and then you see this jump here, right, and then pull back here. You can use this mini balance, to go long here, right, at 89. NQ you can do the same. This 708 you can go long here, because internals were still rising, right, and then you target this high, right, or possibly higher if NQ is supporting, right. So around this time 1352 you can see it here, right here, so NQ was long here, and then you can see it. Yes, try to go higher here, right. NQ was still away from this morning high, last high, so again divergence in NQ, right. So you have no choice but take a profit here, right. 98 was also, I listed it in yesterday's comment in Discord, that 98 and 4004 or something I put it, 4027. That could be the a good area, as long as it is keeping below it. Some sellers may respond. That was the comment from Friday evening. So that's why you take a profit at 98 here, second time, right, because of divergence among indexes and all this thing, right. See, at this point now it's a closing game, whether it's gonna break out, go higher, or go lower, if internals starting taking down, right. But so then price again came down here, right, and then again it held this 89 now this time, right, and internals were not down. See that? Not trending down. Then we had a breakout, right, breakout above this area, right. So now considering all this thing here, this line, at the end of the day there is no guarantee that price is going to go continue higher. It may come down, like this, chop. So at this point, we should stop trading here. This breakout, it's not worth to take it, however NQ went higher like this, right, but it's not worth it, because now there is so much chop during the day, it may come down, right. So breakouts anyway, it's risky. So, and there is no pullback after this point, right, and this is also choppy, see that. So even though it looks good after the fact, but in real time, by this time, if you are trading this day from here to here, you must have got already exhausted trading this choppy move, so there is no point trading these things, and we have to wait till Tuesday. And that be all for today.